Hey everyone, it's so good to see you all again today. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Pokemon Rumble World. This is going to be the start of a new series that I will be calling Fan Fridays, or in the long form, Fan Appreciation Fridays, where I'm gonna show my appreciation to you guys by doing some of my more popular series that you guys really wanted to come back, and I keep getting hounded to bring them back. So we're gonna be playing Pokemon Rumble World today. Maybe we'll play Terraria next week, maybe we'll play Fantasy Life the week after, who knows, it's up to you guys. But if you have any suggestions that you want me to bring back, then comment down below in the shadow section, or the comment section as the layman calls it. And yeah, I'll play whatever game gets the most suggestions, I suppose, which I'm sure is gonna be Terraria, no doubt. But anyway, I guess what we'll do is we'll just play a level. I'm still grinding to reach all the money that I need in order to get the attack balloon, I think it was. So yeah, this is gonna kinda go towards that, I suppose. Yikes, I need to turn my sound down. It is loud. Okay, there you go. That didn't actually do much. I changed it to 1 volume and it's still freaking loud as heck. Anyway, Trailhead Field. Cool, Trailhead, sorry. The entrance. Alright, cool. So, this, if you don't know, is sort of my talking series where I just talk about whatever. There's not really much to it. You know what? I kinda wanna be something else. This brings back, boring memories. It's so boring playing as Arceus. Let's just be random. There you go. Pansage. Okay, that works, and is actually probably really bad. You know what? We'll be Delphox. There's a Delphox here somewhere. Give me a second. There we go. Delphox. You don't even have any fire moves. Okay, we need a fire type. There we go. Oh, sure. I'll be Moltres. Why not? We're never Moltres. Huh, there you go. And my speed goes up because of that. That's awesome. Anyway, like I said, this is a series where I just sort of talk about whatever, since there's not really much to the game after you've played 107 episodes of it. So, yeah, I guess the first thing I'll start with is, I recently, before I recorded this, I was watching an Anime Lab video where my friend Jess, she was talking to the voice actor Jeremy Lay, which, if you don't know, that's the voice actor of Asuna from Sword Art Online, and Lucy from Fairy Tail, and Jess is Australian, so Jeremy Lay was there for MadFest, which is a con that Madman puts on every year, like 2 times a year almost, it seems. They just do so many cons a year in different venues across Australia. And anyway, Jess was essentially making Jeremy Lay try, like, Australian food, and you all know that means Vegemite, right? And to my surprise, Jeremy Lay actually likes Vegemite. That was a huge surprise, but I don't know, maybe she was just playing it up for the camera, like, I could never hate something that, you know, embraces your entire culture. You guys basically bathe in Vegemite. I don't want to ruin that for you. But, yeah, it was very interesting to hear someone actually say, like, oh, I like Vegemite. I guess that's, I guess that has something to do with the fact that Jess only gave her a little bit, which is what you should do when you eat Vegemite. All Americans, when they, or I shouldn't say all Americans, that's generalizing. All YouTubers, I guess. Anyone who isn't Australian, I suppose. Sorry, the majority of YouTubers that I watch are American. The majority of YouTubers just get a whole big spoonful of it. You don't want to do that when you're eating Vegemite. Heck no. Or Marmite, for that matter. Like, you're gonna have a bad time if you do that, even if you are from Australia, even if you bathe in it. It's gonna be kind of a sad time for you if you get a spoonful of it. So, yeah, Jess just gave her like a teensy little bit, which is good. Good on you, Jess, for doing that. Jess, if you don't know, is sort of the idol of Anime Lab, which is an anime streaming service. And I wrote a couple of articles for their blog, and we just became friends, I suppose, so that was cool. We don't talk as much often since I've been pretty busy, and you can tell she's been pretty busy too, talking to famous voice actors. I'm so jealous. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching that. Especially one of my favorite voice actors too. Jeremy Lay voices Lucy from Fairy Tail, which I really enjoyed for a while. The thing about Fairy Tail now, though, is that I'm up to the Tartaros act or arc or whatever, which, let's be honest, sounds like a dipping sauce, Tartaros. But, yeah, I don't like how half the episode is just a flashback of the last episode. Like, it plays the last 15 minutes of the last episode at the beginning of the episode after that episode, if that makes sense. And that's really annoying. That's like 15 minutes of my time gone, which I could have used to watch Fairy Tail, and I'm watching it back to back. I wonder how it felt for weekly watchers to go through that, so yeah, not fun. I'm not really enjoying that, and I kinda just dropped Fairy Tail. I've been watching it for that far, and that kinda just killed it for me, to be honest. Also, the fact that, I mean, minor spoiler alert, people die, but they don't die. You know, like, there's this whole episode with Wendy and Carla where they're gonna die. It seems like they're gonna die, but no, it's a fake out. They don't die, and by the time you get to that episode, that's not really a spoiler. By the time you get to that episode, you're gonna be like, they're not gonna die, are they? Because you've witnessed so many deaths before that weren't actually deaths. And that's really bothering me about the new Fairy Tail. I don't know what's going on. Like, no one can die. There can be no sadness, no anything. Friendship must prevail, all that stuff. Which, I mean, that's the nature of Fairy Tail, I suppose, but it's just not something I enjoy. I want there to be, like, I want a monkey wrench to be thrown into the story and have the story go to places you wouldn't have expected. That's something I want to do if I ever make, like, media like that. I want things to be ruined, I guess. Like, I want friendships to be tested and people to die and just stuff like that. Maybe not die, but leave or something. I don't know, just something to make people think like, oh gosh, what happens next? Like, that person is out of the picture now, what's supposed to happen? So yeah, that person was so integral to the plot, and maybe they housed some sort of secret that could have helped them get to their overall goal in the anime, but now they're dead, or they've left. What do we do now, you know? That's something I think should be really valued in media. Like, it shouldn't follow a set path. Like, there's this whole rule thing, I forget what it's called, I'm not gonna look it up because I'll never find it. But it's basically like, introduce something, then get the character involved in that something, and then take it away from them. That's same with game development too. So that's very important, I feel. But you can't always stick to that rule, you know? But it's gotten to the point where no one does that rule anymore. So it's not expected. Oh gosh, I gotta get out of here and switch. Let's switch to, let's see. Mewtwo, that works. Unfortunately, I can't really say much about the game that I'm making, but I can safely say that it has nothing to do with any sort of loss. It's just like a fun game, I suppose. But I would really, really love to make a game where I build up this awesome thing that the player has or sees or goes through, and then I just want to rip it from them, you know, and have them be like, what's going on? Like, what do I do now? It's gone, everything. I think Barry talked about it from Game Grumps. He talked about it on Grump Out in his How About This Game series, where he talked about The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And he was talking about, essentially the clouds, how they look like, essentially farts, I guess. They look terrible, like, poopy clouds, I suppose. That's all there is to it. They just looked bad. They weren't white or beautiful or anything. And he talked about how Nintendo should have focused more on making the sky beautiful and exciting and more like filled with content, because apparently, I haven't played Skyward Sword, but apparently you just fly around and that's boring. I highly recommend this video, by the way. And then essentially what I was getting at is that he started talking about how you could have this beautiful, amazing looking sky, and then like maybe there's an event in the game where you just sorta have it taken away from you, like the sky goes dark or the clouds disappear, or something like that. I'm gonna link it in the description, actually. If you're interested in game development, or just Skyward Sword, or anything, really, sorry, hang on, my eye itched for a second, or anything to that nature, then I definitely recommend that video, and I definitely recommend going into the description and finding that for yourself. Where the heck is this warp portal? Oh yeah, I forgot, there's arrows pointing to it. It's all the way over here. I'll take this money though. But yeah, go check that out if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'm sorry I've been talking about game development lately. I guess I'll keep talking about it since, I mean, I've been talking about it for the whole episode. What's the rest of the episode gonna do, you know? That can't hurt. So this game that I'm making, it's just more of an arcade game, I'd like to call it. A game that doesn't really require much thought, but a lot of effort, I suppose. Like, it was meant to be an iPhone game, but I had to port it to Windows because, or sorry, an Android game. I had to port it to Windows because Intel XDX, or XDK, or whatever it's called, it dropped support, which is what I used to make mobile apps, and now it's all complicated and stuff, so I can't make mobile apps anymore. It's so annoying. But yeah, it's coming to Windows now, and something I've really learned about porting it to Windows is that it's easy. Like, you have all these games on Steam that are mobile ports or whatever. It's so easy to change, like, touch compatibility to clicking, and it's so easy to change menu navigation to something. It takes like an hour or two, you know? So it got me thinking, like, regarding the whole thing about Barry talking about Skyward Sword, it got me thinking that polish is super easy to do. It only takes a little while to do, you know? So take that opportunity. If you can polish something in game development, then you should. You should polish that thing. But anyway, if you can put extra effort into something, if you have time to do that, and if you have the materials needed to do that, then you should. You need to give everything your 110% if you want to make it in life, I suppose. But yeah, if you want to make something and you want it to be the best possible that it can be, then go the extra mile. That's all you can do. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I'm sorry I talked about nonsense. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow on Saturday, and we'll play some Mages of Mistralia, I think I have for you guys. But yeah, peace out.